power and spirit of Yahweh, Hashem Shai, Hashem HaKadosh. Raw and uncut, unkillable. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. And the house of David is rising. Yeah, man. I was just setting up my camera to do this video, and there was a woman she just gone past just now, and the woman stood still while I was just there setting up the camera to do this. Yeah, let me give double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. And yes, the house of David is rising in the hopeful year of all the prophecies coming to pass. Yes, as I was saying, the woman was coming towards me where I am here right now, and she had a dog, and she stopped with the dog, and she just stood there, and I thought, what is she stopped for? And she said, excuse me, have you got a dog there? I said, no. And I said, why? Is the dog scared? She said, yeah, the dog's scared. The dog wouldn't move, it wouldn't go past me. So I said, alright then. And I'm thinking to myself in the spirit, I'm thinking, these angels will around us, and we don't even know. As I mentioned in one of my videos, I think it was last week, the angels are all around us and we don't see them. They can shape shift, they can be invisible. We know about the chariots up there, which I mentioned the chariots earlier on today, and I'm going to put them 2 videos up what I saw. There was 3 chariots on the way while I was on my way here, coming over here. My favourite chariots, the cylinder, the aquamarine colour, turquoise or bell colour chariots. So everything is spiritual anyway. So the dog just stood there, and it stood there for at least a couple of minutes. So the woman said, excuse me, because she was trying to get the dog to walk past me, just me here, right next to this bench as I was setting up my camera to do this video. She said, have you got a dog? And I said, no. She said, I said, why? I asked her the question, why is the dog scared? She said, yeah. So I said, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, that's the point I'm making. I said, maybe there's a ghost. And I said that to her. But in my mind, I know it could well be there's an aura around me, an aura that it sees, or there's an angel behind me or around me, or there's things around you. Everything is spiritual. The dog was shook to go past me, and eventually it went past. It wasn't barking, it wasn't growling, it wasn't like mumbling or nothing like that at the woman. It was just wouldn't walk past. Oh boy, that reminds me of Balaam. Is it Balaam? With the donkey, and the donkey wouldn't budge. But the donkey wouldn't budge because it saw an angel behind Balaam. The angel in front or behind Balaam. And the angel couldn't go past. The donkey wouldn't go past the angel, because the angel was stood there with a sword, forbidding Balaam to go past on the donkey. Now the story is coming back to me. Balaam was on the donkey, and there was an angel stood there in front of the donkey with a sword, and the donkey saw the angel, and Balaam was getting mad with the donkey, telling it to move, and the donkey said, what's wrong with you? Leave me alone, man. And the donkey spoke and said, there's an angel there. Something to that effect anyway. I might do a video on that. But the angel was there, invisible angel. So the donkey saw it, and he didn't like the way that Balaam was going on. If I have to do a video on that, I might just do that, concerning what just happened. So yes, man, there's either a halo around me that I can't see, which brothers are usually going to that. Sometimes they're going to that, or visible angels around, which the angels are invisible. And I've got one precept. Let's get that precept. Let me just chill out. I'm just chill here for a little while. If you can just see there, that same. There was 3 chariots up there, angels up there earlier on. When I came into this spot, and now there's only one there. If you can see it. Now there's only one up there in the background, you must know my spirit by now. See it there, the diamond shaped one there in the background, which I filmed earlier on and I filmed yesterday. The diamond shaped chariots are always above the head. The video I did yesterday, and I done a couple more earlier on today. Is that them witches coming in the park, them Edomite witches, gal them coming in and get up to mischief. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one short anyway. I'm not really in the mood for no folly today, so but I'm gonna hit one precept. Akim, concerning what we just saw, what just happened there. This is a raw video, uncut, talking about the Most High's creation, man. Everything is spiritual. Romans chapters 1 and 20 says, "For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse." Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. You got man that say, well, there's no God, which is Psalms 14 says that. The fool that says that there is no God, but you got the animals with their instincts. They can sense things, they can see things through the spirit, and they know things are they're spiritual. They're more in a lot of cases they can even be more spiritual than man. They see things, they know things instinctively. Yeah, but when man wants to be in denial and deny his own spiritual side, his own spiritual need, he resorts to this. Romans 1, I read it again, and 20 says, "For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen." They're clearly seen. But man wants to be in denial. Man wants to be blind to these beautiful creatures and creations of the Most High that testify of his creation, that testify of his existence. And we worship Yahweh Shai, but the things that he created are beautiful too, to see and to acknowledge. And they give glory unto him. Even his own animals bear witness, as it's saying here, are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made. And we understand, man, the things that are made. And like I say, the angels, they're here, visible or invisible. They appear. Hebrews chapters 13, which last week I saw an angel, potentially could have been an angel, when I was doing my little workout, running past this spot where we used to go and we used to do set up at once upon a time, a particular spot, and just going over the river, a bridge, and it was just a man or an angel was standing there with a long stick, what looked like a shepherd stick, just standing there with a rod. And I was looking at it, and he acknowledged me, and he said, "You're alright, my pal," or something like that in the Irish accent. And I said, "Yeah," and I nodded to him, and I kept him moving. And I'm never gonna know, but for sure, but just to add to the point I'm making, angels can appear to you knowingly or unbeknowingly. Just got to bear those things in mind, according to Hebrews chapters 13, man, and also in Romans chapters 1 and 20. "For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen." So a spiritual man sees the beauty and the power of Yahweh through the things that are visible. You acknowledge the Most High, even though he's invisible, he hideth himself, the scriptures say, but things bear witness of his existence, what we see. The chariots, which they're making themselves more and more, appearing more and more obvious now, and more clear. They ain't going to be able to deny it for long. The documentaries are up there, even though they want to control the narrative, doing all these documentaries on chariots. I watched a couple yesterday, and I was inspired to do a video on them. All those credible witnesses coming forward, former pilot, air fighter pilots, astronauts coming forward and confessing their experience with them and their direct interactions with them in the heat of battle, and some of them got touched up with some of their planes got touched up with by chariots. If you've ever seen some of the documentaries, you know what I'm talking about. Some of them got touched up by the chariots. And also there's a thing called the Bermuda Triangle, which a lot of boats go missing, and they still haven't sussed that one out and figured out why up to this day, the Bermuda Triangle. So these have to make you, if you're not spiritual, you will never get it. But the invisible, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power. And it's soon going to have to acknowledge and bear and say, yeah, you guys were right, man. You prophets, you men, yeah, you men, you've been speaking about these things, seeing UFOs. You're not mad. You're actually right now. We have to acknowledge that you men were talking the truth. Yeah, even us so-called uneducated men with no letters. Some of us didn't even go to school, but the Most High revealed His power and His creation to us. Yeah, man. And that's in Acts chapters 4 and 13. Unlettered men, so-called unlearned men, but the Most High has revealed His power and glory unto us, man. All praises to Yahweh Shai. Being understood by the things that are made, even His eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So all these educated people, remember He used Moses to put Yahweh used Moses to put Pharaoh to shame. He uses the fools to put the wise men to shame. So that was just a little thing that just happened just now, man. Everything is spiritual, and you could put a lot of things down to spirituality. The dog was walking past here. Actually, the dog and the woman stood right there, and she was calling the dog's name. It wouldn't budge. It stood there. It wouldn't budge. So she looked at me. She said, "Have you got a dog?" And I said, "No." And I started laughing. I said, "Maybe there's a ghost around here." I was just being sarcastic, because we know, say, it wasn't that. If anything, it was my aura, why it didn't want to go past, and the woman couldn't understand, or the angels are around here, which we know that's in Psalms 37 and 4, Psalms 34 and 7. The angel campeth around all them that feareth him. That was a nice spiritual experience, what I just experienced there. And things are gonna ramp up. This movie is gonna get more and more dramatic. This movie shall get more and more dramatic. As we just see in the chariots even becoming forward and appearing more and more and more, I'm most probably title this video that title. This movie is getting more and more dramatic. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Once again, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and yes, the highest of David is rising. This movie is getting more and more dramatic. See the diamond shape, cylinder shape chariot just over the head, and I just like to see that, man. They're gonna appear more and more as time goes on. So shalom to all the sincere Akim once again. This movie is getting more and more dramatic. Until the next one.